This is by far one of the best parts of being NAFEM president, selecting the Louise O'Sullivan Award of Excellence recipient. Not only does it carry on Louise's legacy, but it provides a unique opportunity to recognize someone who has helped me in my journey, both through the industry and within NAFEM specifically. During my career, I've been fortunate to have had the opportunity of being mentored by two NAFEM presidents. When I joined PITCO in 2010, Paul Angrick brought me to the NAFEM Annual Meeting and Management Workshop, where he took the time to introduce me to the current NAFEM team and NAFEM board. I'm grateful to Paul for those introductions and his advice that the relationships and connections made with these industry leaders will be invaluable throughout my career. Of course, as we all know, he was right. He just snuck in the back of the room. I don't like telling him he's right very often, for the record, but thank you, Paul. That unique relationship with this year's recipient has provided me with tremendous counsel and advice, amazing experiences, and a lifelong friendship. Of course, I'm talking about Mike Whiteley, retired Executive Vice President, Sales and Marketing of Hatco Corporation. For those of you who attended the NAFEM annual meeting in Savannah last year, I apologize as I share the story about Mike during my business meeting comments, but it's too good to not share once again. When I first joined the board in 2015, Mike was the current president. Mike was famous for many things, including telling all of us his goal was to make NAFEM have fun again, damn it. Well, in that spirit, now the statute of limitations has ended given Mike's retirement, I can share the story of my first ever NAFEM board meeting. Mike was kind enough to invite me a day early to connect with several other members of the board. After an enjoyable dinner together in Sturgeon Bay, Wisconsin, we ended back at our hotel where Mike led us in crashing a wedding taking place in the ballroom. The highlight of the evening was when we looked over to see Mike sitting at the head table with the bride and groom just chatting away. I suppose we are in the hospitality industry. That certainly was a memorable way to start my board career. Needless to say, there have been no additional weddings crashed by the NAFEM officers and board since the Whiteley presidency. All joking aside, when I look back at the impact Mike had on NAFEM, I specifically think of two things. The creation of the Young Executive Forum, also known as YEF, and his efforts in spearheading NAFEM's role in the creation of the New Orleans Culinary and Hospitality Institute, also known as NOCI. As long as I've known Mike, we have shared a similar goal and passion of finding and retaining young and future leaders for our industry. Mike did more than just talk about it. He took action, along with Joe Carcione from Nemco and Joe Flaherty from Mercer Culinary, both here today, and then the creation of NAFEM's Young Executive Forum in 2015. This forum was the first of its kind for NAFEM and initially brought together individuals under the age of 40 from across NAFEM member to network together, learn together, help advise the NAFEM board on ways NAFEM could find and develop future leaders, and to have the occasional social get-together. Fast forward to today, and this group, now known as Young Professionals Council, has grown from the initial 16 members to over 100 today. And then there is NOCI, that originated as an idea following the 2013 NAFEM show. Along with New Orleans business and culinary leaders, specifically Jim Landry and Dickie Brennan, Mike helped facilitate the vision for NOCI and NAFEM's financial support, but importantly involving NAFEM member companies to support the new facility with equipment and smallwares. The NOCI project spans several presidents following Mike, but Mike has remained heavily involved, including to today, to ensure that future generations of culinarians would be able to attend, thrive, and graduate from NOCI. There is no question that both YPC and NOCI would not have happened if it wasn't for Mike Whiteley. NAFEM is forever grateful to Mike for the special initiatives that happened because of him and everything he did for the association, both as a member, a board member, and officer. However, having been fortunate, like so many in the room today, to have met Mike's family, I can assure you that his greatest success are outside the industry. Mike has two great kids, Capri and Wills. Thanks to Mike, and probably mostly his wife, Rhea, Both kids have turned into phenomenal young adults, succeeding in their new careers. And as all parents know, there may not be a better accomplishment as a parent. And Mike himself has now moved from being a food service leader to being an ordained pastor back in his hometown of Wisconsin. And I have to say, I think it might be the thing I admire most about Mike, to pursue a different type of calling and the impact he can now have on even more people in a special way. Mike, you have set a high standard for all of us to aspire towards as an industry leader, a mentor, a friend, a parent, and a husband. There are very few people together in the room today that have not been positively impacted by you and your time in the industry. You led by example, you crashed weddings, you got younger people involved in the industry, you helped start a culinary school that will foster talented chefs for years to come, and most importantly, you made NAFEM have fun again, damn it. Please join me in congratulating our 2025 Louise O'Sullivan Award of Excellence recipient, Michael L. Whiteley. That was great. Get your picture first.
Oh, picture first? Let me get rid of this. Wow, that was some speech, Steve. Thank you. Not sure I need to say anything after all of that. I haven't been this nervous since Salim Basul threatened to buy Hatco at this meeting 12 years ago. And you had to pick a fat picture of me. I lost all that weight for nothing. Jeez. My speech will be much shorter than Steve's. I'm sure you're all happy to hear that. But thank you very much. My apologies for my labored approach to the podium. I'm 2 years past due for a knee replacement that'll be happening soon. That said, if I had to crawl on my hands and knees to be here with all of you today, I would do so. I haven't seen some of you for a couple of years since I retired. If you wonder what I've been doing, I've been preaching and teaching, but I ain't been consulting. NAFEM, NAFEM, make NAFEM have fun again, damn it. That was my slogan, and I am thrilled that Steve is carrying it forward, because NAFEM is fun. Yes, NAFEM is fun. The excitement in this room and the anticipation of the greatest show ever is palpable right now. Speeches like this one are often burdened with a long list of thank yous. I'm not going to do that today. You all know who you are, and I love all of you and appreciate you deeply. So thank you, everyone. What I would like to do is share with all of you in this special moment what really matters. There are few things in life that truly matter, and in my retirement, I have studied and practiced them intensely. What matters most is loving one another. Be kind to one another. Help others, especially those in need, especially those who don't have what you have. And have fun doing it, damn it. That's what matters most. Be kind to your customers, your coworkers, your industry partners, and anyone you meet along the way. Crash a wedding. Share a meal. Buy a gift for someone who's not expecting it. Tell a joke. Offer a hug. Sit and listen. Share a story. And be kind to one another. That is what matters most. And do these things not just for the people you like, but also those you might find different. Show gratitude to the customer who asks you for an extra discount, a bigger rebate, or free freight. Stop what you're doing and offer a hand to a coworker in need. Offer your time to someone who needs a friend, even when you have no time to spare. And on those difficult days, stop what you're doing and write up a top 10 list of the reasons why NAFEM is still fun, and share it with a friend. Friends, life is short. And what matters most is the people and their stories. Listen to each other. Really listen to what people are saying to you. Listen to their stories, but not just the one that they think they want to tell you, but the one that's behind that, the story they really want to tell. Help one another to be vulnerable. Ask them to tell you more about how they are feeling, and ask them why they feel that way. Offer empathy instead of opinions. Don't try to fix it, just listen. Friends, picnics, and people sharing stories will create more love, peace, and understanding than any policy or politician. When we take time to listen to someone's story, we understand them. We enter into a relationship. We share a journey. Friends, be kind to one another and have fun doing it, damn it. I am deeply grateful to NAFEM and the privilege I had to serve my peers in this great industry. I love that NAFEM has never existed to sustain itself. NAFEM has consistently remained laser-focused on taking care of its members. NAFEM has been an industry partner in an outstanding way to all of its peers, FIDA, MAFSI, CFSA, FCSI. NAFEM has been philanthropic, helping communities recover from disasters, helping feed those suffering with scarcity, and developing leaders for the future. NAFEM is to feeding America as Jesus was to loaves and fishes. There it was, Rob. Rich, sorry. He made me reference loaves and fishes for some reason. A Jew of all people. So thank you, NAFEM, for being such a damn fun association. Thank you, NAFEM, for loving all who experience you. Thank you, NAFEM, for being kind to everyone. And thank you, NAFEM, for making me a better person. Serving NAFEM was a privilege and an honor. It was one of the best experiences of my life. So thank you, everyone. Blessings to you all. I love all of you.